This group of robbers actually took off their masks right in front of the hostages, because all the hostages had been put on red blindfolds by them. Just having gotten 30 billion Korean won, the robbers were about to leave. But at this moment, someone actually had the nerve to set off the alarm. Old Park secretly took off his blindfold and had a look. Goodness, it turned out that the alarm was set off by the robbers themselves. Brother Fa directly took off his blindfold and let him look to his heart's content. Old Park closed his eyes tightly and begged for mercy repeatedly. After all, the unwritten rule in the underworld is that once you see a robber's face, it means you're doomed. But this group of robbers did exactly the opposite. They took off the blindfolds of all the hostages, but they didn't show any intention of attacking at all, because their boss, the professor, had instructed that there should be absolutely no casualties in this operation. At this time, the police arrived at the scene. The robbers fired into the air symbolically, and then threw out a smoke bomb. Being surrounded by the police and having nowhere to run was actually their real intention. South Korea immediately dispatched the goddess of negotiation, Sister Jin, to negotiate with the professor. The first question Sister Jin asked was how many helicopters the robbers wanted. No wonder she's the goddess of negotiation. This question seemed to be helping the robbers escape, but actually, it was subtly trying to figure out the number of robbers, because a helicopter can only seat 4 people. The professor replied that just 1 would be enough. The commander beside him was overjoyed. There were less than 4 robbers? Then they could just break in by force. However, Sister Jin strongly opposed it. The robbers were likely up to some tricks, but the commander had already given the order. The South Korean Flying Bulls team had already reached the gate. They inserted a surveillance camera into the gate, and the scene inside left everyone stunned. It was estimated that the number of robbers here was at least over 30. Just as the commander was hesitating, his subordinate brought news that the robbers had actually uploaded the kidnapping video online. They opened it and found that all the hostages had been forced to put on robber uniforms and wear fake weapons. In this way, the police couldn't tell which ones were the real robbers at all. What's even worse was that one of the hostages was actually the daughter of the US ambassador. The commander was so scared that he immediately arranged for a retreat. In fact, the real target of this group of robbers wasn't the 30 billion Korean won they had robbed. Instead, they were planning to use the hostage-taking of the banknote printing factory and the factory workers to directly print brand new untraceable banknotes. Their target was 4 trillion Korean won.